Construct a perfect graph or chart to compare the relative frequency and cumulative relative frequency in each dataset. Total number of time data occur in the set is known as frequency. Relative frequency is the fraction or portion time an answer occur in dataset. Relative frequency can be written in decimal, fraction, or percentage. Cumulative frequency is the collection of all previous frequencies together. To find the cumulative relative frequencies, all the previous relative frequency to the relative frequency for the present given row or column. Arrange the data given by range number of passenger and total the number in order to choose the frequency. Calculate relative frequency by formula frequency divide total frequency and calculate the cumulative relative frequency by adding the previous and present relative frequency for each dataset, domestic and international. This is the graph of the data. Overall, international are much more higher than domestic. This shows international have higher demand than domestic during this data period. To compare relative frequency and cumulative relative frequency, relative frequency represents the ratio of the number of time a value of the data occur in the data set, while cumulative frequency represents the sum of the relative frequency.
Hi, I am Muhammad Hafiz bin Moshidi, BB221100156 from Data Analytics Section 1. I will explain Part 2, the central location of data. For this data, it consists of mean and median. First, the mean. We use population mean formula, which is the sum up of all data values, then divided it by the sample size. For the data given, after using the formula, we got the mean of 642,696.54 for domestic airlines, while for international airlines, we got 740,362.38. Second, the median. To calculate, we arrange the data in ascending order. The sample size of the data is even, so we sum up the two middle values of the data and divided it by 2. For the domestic airlines, we got the median of 217716, and for the international airlines, we got the median of 137048.5. In conclusion, since the mean for both data are larger than the median, we can say that the data distribution is positively skewed for both data.
Hello everyone, my name is Richie Josh Jr. and my matrix number is BB221100228 and my part is part 3 for percentiles and box plot in each dataset. As you can see, there are two airlines that involved in this matter. First, domestic airlines, and the second is international airlines. The result from all three quarters shows that domestic airline has more than international airlines. In my opinion, this is because domestic airlines are generally way more cheaper and affordable in terms of price compared to international airlines. Plus, domestic airlines also offer short distance between the pair of cities in different countries for things such as business matters, as mainly transportation rather than using road or rail domestically. On the other hand, international airline has more maximum point and minimum point rather than domestic airlines. This is the skewness of box plot of domestic airlines. As we can see, the median near the minimum point. This shows it has positive skew. Meanwhile, this is the skewness of box plot for international airlines. As we can see, the median are near to the maximum point. This shows it has negative skew.
Today, I would like to present about my topic, which is Part 4, calculate and compare matches of discretion in each dataset. First of all, to find the range, we need to know what is formula of the range. The range gives us the variation between the largest and the smallest value. That's exactly how we compute it. We take the largest value and subtract the smallest value. So, for domestic airline range is 4269181 minus 37312 and we will get 4231869. And for international airline, the highest value is 8808742 and the smallest value is 52937. So we subtract those and we come up with a range of 8755805. In addition to the range, we are also going to work with the mean deviation. Here you see the formula. The mean deviation is simply the sum of the absolute value of each value x minus the mean. Then you divide that by the number in the sample. So the sum of the absolute value of x minus x bar divided by the number in the sample. The first step is to compute the mean, and of course we just sum up all the value and divided by the number. So for domestic airline mean value, we will get 642,696.54, and the value mean for international airline is 740,362. After computing the mean, it's very easy to compute the mean deviation. So for step 2, subtract the mean from each of the observation and then convert to positive if difference is negative. And then step 3, mean deviation is just the sum of the absolute difference between x and the mean divided by the number in the sample. So the value of mean deviation for domestic airline is 626677.81, which is smallest value than the international airline 10502 at 1.99. Next is variance and standard deviation. The value of variance for domestic airline is 976050 at 90079.91, and the international airline is 376475 for 904960.25. So means that the international airline is the highest than the domestic airline. Next, we move to the standard deviation. The value of standard deviation for domestic is 987952.88, and the international airline is 1940297.63, which is international airline is the highest. Last is we need to find coefficient of variation. The value of coefficient of variation for the domestic is 1.5, and the international we get 2.6, which is international is the highest value. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Nur Shifa Akila binti Yaman. My matrix number is BB22161129. So I will present about part 5, measure of association. So first we need to find the mean. So we need to total up all of the data and divided it by 24. So the mean of domestics 6426696.5417, and the mean of international is 721176.5833. Next, we will find the sample covariance. I'm using the formula sum xi minus x bar multiplied by 1i minus y bar divided by n minus 1. So the covariance of all of the data, I got 1883521. Then I need to divide it by 24 minus 1, so I got negative 81892.2174. Next, standard derivation of x and standard deviation of y. So I'm using the formula square root sum xi minus x bar divided by n. So the standard deviation of x, I got 7858164.642. I divided by 24 and I got negative 3693.62446. And then I use the same formula for standard deviation of y. I got 63.441153, so I divided by 24 and I got 1.973165319. Next, we will find the sample correlation. So you use this formula, and then the final answer is negative 1.1153. So that's all for me. Thank you.